Do you think that Texas librarians should go to jail for making this book available to teenagers? Do you think teachers should go to prison for assigning it? Believe it or not, that is the argument that activists recently made at the Texas Capitol. And what's worse, lawmakers seem to be listening. The Texas Senate is currently considering Senate Bill 412, which would remove what is called the affirmative defense for educators accused of distributing harmful material to minors. Basically, the law currently says that an educator can distribute material that would otherwise be considered harmful to minors if they have a bona fide educational reason for doing so. Here's how supporters of the bill are framing it.
Texas law says you can give porn to minors in certain instances, including for educational purposes. And school districts are using these exemptions to keep explicit, obscene materials in the hands of our children.
Texans have zero tolerance for pedophiles, and that must be reflected in our laws. That's the questions. Is there ever a reason to give a child porn?
The thing is, I actually agree. There isn't a good reason for anyone to give harmful material to minors, except that that's not what the debate about this bill is about. There are, unfortunately, predatory teachers, just like there are predatory coaches and predatory pastors. And they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But those teachers generally aren't going around defending their activities as having an educational purpose. In fact, supporters of SB 412 couldn't provide a single example of a predatory teacher using this affirmative defense to protect themselves from allegations of abuse. What they did talk about was this book.
In Lovejoy ISD, I watched as a board trustee, a lawyer, used these very loopholes to reassure the district that they were legally protected in providing materials they deemed harmful and obscene.
She's referencing a book challenge in the Lovejoy Independent School District surrounding The Poet X, Freedom Writer's Diary, Concrete Rose, and Unravel Me. There are no accusations of abuse or pedophilia involving any teacher or librarian connected to these books. They were just sitting on a library shelf. They're clearly not pornography, and they don't come anywhere close to the legal definition of harmful to minors. The Poet X, which I have here, won the National Book Award in 2018 for Young People's Literature. What happened in Lovejoy ISD was that the reconsideration committees and then the conservative school board read these books in their entirety and said exactly that. These books are not harmful to minors. They did mention the affirmative defense that SB 412 would repeal, but that wasn't their main argument. Their main argument was, you cuckoos, these books are not porn.
These novels do not in any way meet the definition legally or factually of harmful material, obscenity, or pervasively vulgar as described by law. 2.
So SB 412 would not change the outcome of the Lovejoy case. It's a bill that by itself doesn't actually do much except intimidate educators. There's another layer to this, another law that would work in tandem with SB 412, which I'll talk about in another video. But for now, what I want you to take away from this video is that SB 412 doesn't protect kids. It's just meant to intimidate librarians, and the people behind it are trying to use it to remove books from schools. Go ahead and read The Poet X too. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think teachers should go to jail for this book. Let me know.